Hello everyone, today you are in for a treat. Welcome to Blackboa's first build guide in a series of build guides. I want to put a disclaimer out there. I am not usually a meta user. I don't seek out what the meta is. I just use builds for whatever situation I'm going into. So if you're looking at this build and you're wondering why it's different than something that you might use, that's totally fine. I am not saying this is the best build for everyone to use. I have just found success with it based on my playstyle, and I hope that you will also see where my mind is and why I like it. However, feel free to change anything that you see here for yourself. Meta is not always the answer. Use your brain. Try to get a build that is unique and good for the situation. So what is the situation today? So since we're going into a solo build series, we're going to be doing the mists as our little test of this particular build. Now, you might be wondering, what are you testing? What are the important elements here? When I go into the mists, I like going in there and doing a little bit of everything. For the purpose of this guide, I will be more conservative than I usually am because I want to explain the thought process of why I didn't want to fight a certain person and why I chose to fight a certain person and when. It's not just not having a build, it's understanding what you should be thinking while using a particular build. Let me introduce you to a build that I call Blackboa's Wet Dream. The build that we have here is a double-bladed staff build. As we know, the double-bladed staff recently got reworked with some of its skills. You have the Whirling Strikes, which is this new AoE skill. You have the concussive combo now that is a multiple hit combo, then the stun happens. And you also have the Gale Dance, which is a new W that deals AoE damage and also applies a movement and normal attack damage buff during its hit if you hit it 3 times. This actually has the ability to brawl people fairly effectively, and we'll be explaining exactly how. So we start out with, of course, the Mercenary Jacket. This is a self-healing buff called Bloodlust, and you could apply it 7 times within the next 6 seconds once you pop it, and if you do, it'll heal you up 7 times 122. That's a lot of health. The reason why this is so good with a double blade is because both this skill, the Whirling Strike skill, it literally takes no time to hit 3 times in a row, which procs 3 healing ticks. And if you're using this as well, this is another quick 3-hit combo. With 2 skills, you're already hitting 6 dots, and then I'm sure you've gotten an auto attack in, which means your self-healing is crazy with the double blade and the Merc Jacket combo here. The reason why I chose a Fiend Cowl is because I said to myself, what can cause me to lose? What do I have to worry about? What counters this? There's a few things that counter my jacket. One is a purge. If they decide to purge me, which is the highest threat that I have, suddenly I'm not earning as much life as I thought I was. So that's a big risk here. So I said to myself, if they're going to purge me, I'm going to purge them. A good fight for me to possibly continue to take is a mirror match, right? A mirror match with my chest and this. I want to have the versatility to either chase people down by removing their movement or purging something very important that could counter their whole initiative. Next, I chose the Soldier Boots because, again, I feel self-sustain is huge. I feel healing this much over a period of 5 seconds is actually a huge heal when you need it. So this is actually quite a big deal. There's some good sustainability there. And it doesn't hurt to have, either a little bit more damage. I can actually increase my duration of my crowd control. When I'm brawling, I'll likely be using Gale Dance, so I'm keeping it as a tankier option here. The Theford Cape was added for consistent damage. The next thing that also adds a complement to the self-sustain is this particular food. Now, you don't have to go 7.1. You can go flat T7. You can go a lower tier if you want to. It increases your max health by 10.5%, and whenever you deal damage, it steals 7.35% of the health the enemy has lost for the next 30 minutes. So it lasts 30 minutes, you get a health boost, and you get lifesteal boost. It's huge. Everyone's using it, especially if you see somebody with a taproot offhand, they're probably using Pure Mist Snapper as well. And why is this also interesting? Because my particular build also has a life leech passive. And then if I'm using Gale Dance, I will also get a normal attack damage boost of 50%. You add this passive plus the food passive, we're talking some pretty hefty healing coming back to us. And then last but not least, again, you don't have to go as high as I did, 6.1. You can go flat T6, T4, whatever you can afford here. We are going to be going into the mists and giving it a little test run. We'll be trying it on some PvE to show you how good it is there. We'll be trying it on some PvP if we have the opportunity. If you don't know where we are right now, we are in the city of Breslin. To get here, you have to acquire 50,000 Breslin standing. If you open up your stats here, you will see there is a new city standing called Brussels Standing. It goes up to 1 million, but all you need is 50,000 in order to gain access to this city. Once you unlock this city for the first time, you could travel here just like you could to Fort Sterling. The reason why I like it here is because they have an instant access corridor. This little portal here will plop you into any kind of mist you would like. You want to go non-lethal? Go for it. You want to go solo lethal? Go for it. You want to go duo lethal? Go for it. Additionally, when you leave the mists that you enter through here, it puts you right back in town. So you don't have to worry about journey back costs. You don't have to worry about the risk of getting ganked on your way back home. This is just a very safe and efficient way to run mist content. So we've entered a Mist of Avalon. One of my absolute favorite things about the double-bladed staff, it's mobility. And let's first show you how self-sustaining and strong this build can be just for PvE now. The double blade used to be one of the worst PvE weapons in the game, but since Gale Dance has come out and since the Whirling Strikes has come out, this has become a much better weapon for PvE. So we'll just enter into some of this just to show you. And I mean, very little damage will be coming through here. Because as you can see, all the numbers, all the health numbers coming on top of my head, it's just so self-sustaining that smaller packs should deal very little damage. While I do this, right, so I know I'm in my less mobile attire, but the Gale Dance is actually the brawling skill that I need to use if I actually want to fight someone. If I want to escape from someone, then I use the stun run. But in this particular build, at the IP level that we're at, 6.1, we want to use the Gale Dance W and the Whirling Strikes Q if we find somebody to fight. You are also right now keeping your eyes peeled to see if there is an opportunity to use your E and catch somebody off guard. Your E is the soaring swipe. So if I see someone on my screen, it's not always wise to do this, but if I see someone on my screen and I think it's a good idea to go in, I would pretty much cast my F, my rejuvenating sprint, and then I would head toward the name tag and then E on top of them, hoping that they don't mount up or I slow them down so I can continue the chase. In my mind, I'm also like, okay, is there somebody coming? You know, should I attack? Should I not attack? First fights that I will not take are fights that are like 8.3, 8.4, right? Clearly, unless you see them getting ganked by a bunch of lower people, that's the only time I would ever 1v1 a 8.3, 8.4 with this particular build. I would just want to see them die. Curse Staffs would be a very tough matchup here as well. You have no real damage avoidance except for your lifesteal. You'd have to be very careful with a Curse Staff. The only thing I would say is that if you can actually purge their Wanderlust ability, then you actually might have a decent chance at killing them because your damage and your health restore might get back there. So it depends. If they have Wanderlust and you could be close to them, you actually could potentially kill a Curse Staff. Now, Fire Staffs are very scary always. Fire Staffs just seem to melt anyone. Another thing to note, I'm constantly keeping my mount ready here on the larger ones because I have not seen. I just got in here. I don't know what the scene is yet, so I don't want to just immediately start walking without my mount. I want to feel like the mood is right, if you know what I mean. I want some foreplay before I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what I'm trying to say. Okay, we got somebody here. We got this guy. This guy could be an interesting fight, actually. Alright, so basically here, I wanted to try to be as wily as I could to get away from this guy. I think this guy's missing a lot as well, so this is looking good. We're going to catch up and start hitting him. We're purging that. I think we purged his heal. We're going to pop a heal because he popped the heal. Okay, he's trying to run, but I don't think he'll be able to. This guy is in trouble here. Oh, maybe not, actually. He actually had a lot of healing there. Fuck. That was bad on my end. We have to be very careful here because he's trying to throw his axe. And of course we have a rat. We have a fucking rat, but we did win this. We did win. As you guys can see, we won that. But the rat won in the end. That's how you do it. Just like a battle axe tried to kite me, I was able to kite him, but I was also able to avoid his damage when I leaped in and did things like that. And a typical fight against melee in general, because your W is capable of giving you that movement speed to kind of kite away and move around in a wily fashion. Alright, so this is mist number 3. We are now heading again to whatever areas we believe are necessary. Oh shit! Hold on. Okay, this one would have been a little scary, I think. So if you don't know how to quick inspect, you just click on somebody and click inspect. See if this guy is interested. We will still kind of be on high alert here. We're going to the... Okay, it's this. Alright. First skull, that is kind of scary. This is kind of a rat opportunity, I think. Still got to be very careful. So my thoughts are here, if they start turning around, okay, there's another rat up there. I'm just kind of waiting to see like what is happening here. And then if I notice an opportunity. Okay, we're moving. Okay. Moving away, it's okay, it's okay. We weren't taking much damage there because we got our heals off. So the great thing about double blade is too, when you start seeing rats during your fight, you can actually position yourself to either engage or run away. This gentleman is really, okay, what do we got here? Alright, we should be able to get, oh, you gotta be kidding me. He's going to do that again, I know it. That's fine. Alright, this is Rat Central here. I think we got this guy. Let's see. Oh, no way that happened. Wow. Talk about a weird situation there. Die already, bro. Holy cow, this is a drawn-out process. There we go. All right. Finally, he was taken down. But you can see there's a lot of rat business. There's a lot of moving around. Another thing that's a problem with this build, potentially, is the mana, right? We were out of mana. Luckily, he was too. But our mana issues here are quite pronounced. So it's actually the reason why I already put this on efficiency. So one could make the point, if you're getting a lot of auto attacks in, maybe this would be okay. The thing is, you would start losing life leech as a result, but it's not going to be that huge of a loss. So if you're having these issues, you may consider going energetic, but that's up to you. Luckily, we were able to get the job done there without having to do that, but if we did, we did. And is this a legendary? Okay, we might as well go in. Wow, okay, we got a kill. Now they give us a legendary. Thank you, SBI. Very nice of you to do this for me. Looking at the fight, we saw they were fighting. We decided to go in once people were low. And we were choosing kind of sides. We wanted both sides to lose, but as one side got low, it was better to attack the other side a little bit just to take care of the threat that's going to be remaining. Both of our downfalls in that last fight against that cursed skull was mana, so just be cognizant that this build is mana hungry. In terms of what skills, abilities, and unique elements you need to it, you should be able to solve for whatever problem you have. You have mana problems, you know, you have maybe mana potions, you have mana boots, you have mana food, you have passives on your abilities, you have health problems, you can use, you know, lifesteal food. Any problem that you're trying to solve for whatever build you're using can be easily made if you just understand first what you're looking for rather than what is the meta. Ask yourself, what do I want this build to do? Take the first stab at creating a build that you think will be good for what you're doing. You'll have to make decisions for yourself eventually, and you want to be well equipped for that journey. In this scenario here, we're assuming no one is around, but as you can see, be very careful and understand what your mana is before you start a fight. With this build in particular, we really need to be careful of that, because if I were to start a fight at 1/3 mana, I probably would be out of mana before I could actually like kill the person or escape from the person. Okay, another curse. You want? Okay, he wants it. All right, here we go. I said I shouldn't be fighting a curse, but I mean, hell, maybe I'm proving myself wrong. This guy's using his Wanderlust right now, I think. Yeah. This guy's so fucked. You're pretty okay. So yeah, I'll explain this afterwards. But this guy's pretty much done. There we go. You actually can beat curse staffs pretty easy, I think. The reason why I believe this build now is actually good against these guys is because of how fast you can get away from them before they can stack. From a kiting perspective, we're very good against these curse staffs, and in fact that's how we kill them. We just kite them out. So we see there is a point of interest here. It is a small treasure chest, and it unlocks in about a minute. Let's just see who we have here. So in this scenario, you pretty much don't want to be the first one on the ground. So in scenarios like these, this is what I do here, right? It seems a little bit too crazy. I'm not worried about my brawl right now. I'm just worried about ratting. This guy might be dead here if I can get to him. Got him. That was a nice rad right there. Oh my god, I can't even. So yeah, see, in that scenario there, that was good. We were able to get a decent rad off here. And just like that, we have 621,000 and our inventory's full. Another curse staff. What is going on here? You know, soon there's going to be like a curse staff lives matter protest coming on my freaking YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag curse lives matter. All right, so this has been about 3 or 4 mists. We died on our first go around after killing our battle axe but getting ratted by a dual sword. Then we went on a curse staff killing spree where I believe we killed or looted 3 or 4 curse staffs in a row. We're full. We're gonna leave the zone, but I just wanted to show you that this build can work if you play it a certain way. It may not be necessarily meta to anyone, but it is a build that I have been effectively able to use in order to kill PvE, in order to be a gatherer who could potentially escape, in order to do all of these PvP altercations that you guys just saw. It is great at ratting as well. It could be a brawler, it could be a rat. It has a lot of flexibility, so feel free to use this. This dream, once again, is called Boa's Wet Dream. Feel free to leave some comments on YouTube. Let me know what you think about it, and I appreciate it very much. We'll be doing some more build guides in the near future, so stay tuned for those, and thank you so much for watching. Hi guys, Blackboa here. Thanks so much for watching my latest video. video. If you like what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. I truly appreciate it. Thanks, bros, and I'll see you next time.